Welcome to This Restored Heart, the show dedicated to helping you heal, rebuild, and thrive after divorcing a narcissist. I'm your host, Corey Sullivan, and each week I'll be sharing practical tips, expert insights, and powerful stories to support you on your journey to freedom and empowerment. I'm here to guide you through the challenges of moving forward in each and every single episode. We will talk about actionable advice, sharing inspiring stories, and explore the tools you need to rebuild your life on your terms. Whether you're seeking clarity, strength, or a fresh start, this podcast can be your companion on the road to your recovery. Together, we'll turn pain into power and help you create the life you were meant to live. Coming out of a divorce feels like you just came out of a storm. Am I right? I mean, the chaos and the not knowing what's happening next and all the things that happen just makes you feel like you're coming out of a storm. My name is Corey Sullivan, founder of This Restored Heart, and I'm also a certified relationship coach, best-selling author, and speaker. Today in my podcast, I would like to share with you some tips on how to come out of the storm and rise above the chaos. Because really and truly, that's the most important thing for you to do at this point, is to be able to rise above it. Otherwise, your narcissist wins by sucking you back into it. And that's really not why you went through all of that, am I right? So, first of all, the first thing I want to talk about is shifting your reaction to how they try to suck you back in by shifting it to a response rather than a reaction. We don't want to be reactionary when somebody's trying to cause us to go into a tailspin for something, because that really and truly gives them power over us, right? So, because narcissists really and truly do thrive on emotional reactions. In fact, a lot of times that just feeds them even more, providing them with more power, more control, more strokes their ego better, and all kinds of things. You don't want to engage in their drama. Their drama is their drama, not your drama. So you need to step back, take a breath, and respond with wisdom. And how do you really do that? First of all, you need to recognize that they're just playing a game with you. And you're the loser when you react in a way that, is dramatic and, you're hurt and you're trying to fix things and you're trying to make them happy, which you already found out you can't do. So don't play their game anymore. Narcissists are experts at knowing what upsets you. So they know what triggers you. They know how to guilt trip you. They know how their gaslighting you makes you feel crazy. They're trying to convince you something happened one way when you know, in fact, for your own personal experience, that it happened this way. So they like to push the boundaries with you. They like to push them with your children if you have them. So before responding, pause. Just pause. Take a breath. Look them in the face and just pause. If you're face to face, if you're on the phone or texting or emailing, it's even easier to just take a breath. Really and truly take stock of what's happening here. What is the dynamic that is going on right now in this situation? Ask yourself, am I about to react emotionally? Or am I making a wise decision? Because they want you to not make a wise decision. They want you to respond emotionally because then they can control you even more. It's about their control and manipulation that they're trying to, make happen. So, is it truly worth your energy to do that? Because it takes energy to do that. I can't remember how many times I felt tired after having some of those conversations. So how can and then you ask yourself, how can I handle this in a way that protects my peace? And really and truly, you won't know what that is until you take the time to pause, take a breath, examine the dynamic that's going on here, and then respond in a way that maintains your peace. You know, practicing the power of the pause is really important in this situation, because at that point, when you take that deep breath and you don't respond the way you normally did, they're kind of going like, oh, this isn't working. It used to work all the time. And so then they even go more into drama and a tizzy, just trying to get you to react. The more that you step back and take a breath and take a pause, makes them feel out of control. And they're just looking for a way to get back into control. So step away if you have to. Take a pause. Say, I'll get back to you, whatever it is, so that you have the time to respond rather than react. Then, you know what? That's a great time to say, Father God, what is my response? What do you want me, how do you want me to respond? What is my response here? In James 1:5, it says, if any man lacks wisdom, ask God, who gives generously, and he will give you the wisdom to respond in a calm, peaceful way. And sometimes it doesn't even really deserve a response. What they're saying or what they're trying to do doesn't even deserve a response. Maybe they're throwing a fit for something. Well, you know what? You don't really need to respond to their fit. Stick to the facts, not the feelings. You do that by keeping the communication short and direct and emotion-free. That helps you keep your peace. You're not responsible for their actions or reactions. You're only responsible for yourself, and that is wanting to stay in control and keeping your peace and moving on with your day. So keep it short and direct, and don't expand on all these things. Don't bring up other things from the past, because they're going to try to provoke you. You know they are. And you don't have to engage. That's the beauty of it. You do not have to engage. You can say, instead of, maybe before you would say something, well, you always try to make things harder, or you always exaggerate, or that didn't really happen that way, because it didn't happen that way. Just try to say, you know what? I will address this in a little while. I've got something else I need to do that needs my attention right now. Or if you're discussing a time and place, to pick up or drop off your children, say, I will pick them up at 5 o'clock, just as we've agreed, or the parenting agreement says. Or if they're wanting, some other type of, something done, then, that's really not my responsibility right now. So I have other things to do. Bye. And then if it's involving your kids, maybe the response was, stop trying to manipulate our kids. Whether you're trying to manipulate them against you or in a certain situation so they'll go along with him, whatever, or her, whichever, because narcissists are men and women. Just say, you know what, let's just keep the discussions about the children focused on their well-being. And let's do them away from the children. And then at that point, find a neutral time to talk unemotionally and get right to the point. They call that gray rock communication, where you just stand on that rock and just say, yeah, I'm not going to have this conversation right now. And when you can talk to me about it rationally, we'll talk. And we'll do it away from the kids. and we'll discuss it at that time. Let me know when that time works for you. And then shift your perspective, because their behavior is not about you. Remember, in so many of the other podcasts I've done where, we talk about the fact that you have no control over them. Their actions and reactions are all about them. Their behavior is all about them. It really and truly has nothing to do with you, other than he wants you to still be their victim. They or she, they still want you to be their victim. They still want you to be the target that they can manipulate and do all the things that used to go on. You're divorced now. You don't have to do that anymore. And you may, I highly recommend, you've heard me say this before, but I highly recommend 90 days of no contact, even if you have children, because you can do contact through, there's a program online that you can go to called, I can't remember the name of it right now. Just Google co-parenting program, and there's a program in there where you both put your email addresses in and you just email back and forth. And then you've got a record of everything that was said and done and agreed to. And if they lash out at you, you've got a record of that as well. So, they want a reaction. That's what they want. Don't give it to them. Do not give them the reaction to fuel their power trip or whatever it is they're trying to accomplish. If you want control, set firm boundaries. Boundaries will be your friend through your entire healing journey for not only this purpose, for a lot of other things, because it gives you the space you need in order to be able to heal. Because you can't heal when you're getting hammered all the time with all these, this drama and the chaos and all the things that go on with that. Just go no contact and say, I'm doing that for 90 days. You can reach me through this email. Boom. That's it. And, unless you have children, there probably isn't any reason for them to contact you in the first place. And they also want to help you feel really small and out of control. So stand your ground. You are learning your worth again, your value again, your confidence again. These boundaries will help you with all of that. And you know what? Even Jesus set boundaries up. He went away to pray. He did all kinds of different things that set boundaries for him so that he could do what he was supposed to be doing here on earth while he was here on earth. So respond with strength and then move on. Your energy is really and truly precious because we only have so much of it. Your time is precious because you only have so much time. So instead of wasting it on unnecessary conflict and chaos, put it towards your healing, towards your future, and if you have them, towards your children. That's really where your focus needs to be so that you can move into the bright future that Father God has for you. So set the boundary. Set the boundary. Say what needs to be said, if anything. And if you need to do it through an email program, do it. Because that gives you the space you need to stay in control. And then let go of the need to prove yourself, because you have nothing that you need to prove to them anymore. Move on knowing that God sees the truth. In Exodus 14:14, as the Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still and look to him for that. So you are in control now. You are able to take your life and live the dreams that you had, when you were very first married or even prior to your marriage. Maybe you've gotten some new dreams, maybe some new experiences that you'd like to go, incorporate in your new life. You have a new chapter. That was an old chapter. This is a new chapter. So it's time to write your book the way you want to write it. Shift your reactions to response, and, let them know that it's, there's no winners really and truly It's just, you're not going to be manipulated and controlled in that manner any longer. And even if you have to ignore the situation, and don't give it the time, and let it roll around in your mind. Just say, Lord, I'm handing you this situation. I do not want to partner with this anymore. Help me set healthy boundaries, bring peace to my heart. And because it really and truly is about protecting your peace and breaking free from their control. Then when you learn to pause, stay calm, stay peaceful, and reclaim your power by doing these things. You're no longer a puppet in their drama. You no longer have a role to play in their drama. That is their program. That is their stage. That is what they're trying to do. And you don't have a role in that any longer. So the stronger the chaos, the more you're going to have to fight. But know that you can do this with Father God on your side. He's there. He wants to help you. You're worthy of the peace that He has for you. And with His wisdom, you will rise above it. So I hope that this has blessed you. Please reach out to me at my email, Corey, C-O-R-E-E, at CoreySullivan.com. And if you need some support, I offer a 30-minute consultation that is complimentary so that we can get you through a certain situation that needs to be broken or whatever. Because it really and truly is my heart to support you in your healing journey so that you can thrive in your future. Bye for now.